All right, it's time for Drive Time Football, CFL 2025. This is June 20th, and Saskatchewan will have to kick the ball away to Toronto to start. So Toronto will get the ball first, then Saskatchewan, Toronto, and Saskatchewan. All right, so I'm going to simplify. I'm tired of rolling so many Rouge. So basically, there'll be a shot at a Rouge at some point during the game for either team, and that's it. So I'm not going to roll the Rouge all the time. If they get their shot, they get their shot. All right, so Toronto will get the ball first. They are going to attempt to return this kick for a touchdown to open up the game. They do not. Toronto goes to work. They are coached by Ryan Dinwiddle. Arbuckle is the quarterback. McMahon, their halfback. Coxey, Ungerer, and Daniels are the receivers. Chatfield, McManus, and McFadden will make plays on defense. Their return man is Turner. Their place kicker is Haraluahu. If I'm saying that right, forgive me if I'm not saying it correctly. All right, Toronto goes to work on offense. Ford is picked off. So Arbuckle, out of the gate. Arbuckle's had a brilliant season so far this year, picked off by Fields. Unfortunately, he opens this game with an interception. Do they return it for a touchdown? They do not. But Saskatchewan gets the ball, and they go to work on offense. It's going to be defense, though. Red zone. Saskatchewan quarterback Trevor Harris gets them down into the red zone, and it's going to be a touchdown pass. Harris sets up in the pocket, fires out. It's going to be Picton. TD pass to Picton, and they draw first blood on the road in Toronto. Whoops, and the extra point is good. All right, Toronto gets the ball. They've already tried their kick return, and they go to work on offense. It's going to be 9. 9 is going to be a punt. And here's their chance at a Rouge. If I roll a 4, they score a Rouge. They do not. And I'm going to roll for their punt return. Do they return for a punt? They do not. So that's that for Toronto's kickoff, punt, and Rouge. They are finished. So I'm going to put a check mark by Toronto. All of their extraneouses are done. It's one of those things that's been driving me nuts, is I don't like to roll that Rouge every time. Saskatchewan goes to work. It's going to be the defense 7 as a red zone again. So Toronto's defense is not playing so hot in the first quarter here. 8 is going to be a TD pass again for Harris. So Harris drops back, TD pass. This one is Johnson, baby. And that's Keyshawn. I'm assuming maybe the son of Keyshawn Johnson. I don't know. Maybe it's just another Keyshawn Johnson. I don't know. But he had a brilliant game last week for Saskatchewan. All right, does Toronto get their extra drive? They do. Toronto goes to work. They need to break the ice. It's going to be 9. 9 is a punt. They're not going to do it. And Saskatchewan, do they get their extra drive? They do not. And that's going to wrap it up. It's going to be picked off. Touchdown, touchdown. So Saskatchewan's up 14-0 on Toronto. That's a shocker, folks. Toronto is a team that's been averaging 47 points a game. And Saskatchewan, oh, by the way, just to let you know, in my project, Saskatchewan comes in here 2-0. Toronto is also 2-0. So pretty sweet. Last night's game in real life was 38-28. Montreal won. In my game, 38-20. So I was pretty close. My little projection set was pretty close until last night's real score. All right, Saskatchewan did not get their final drive. So it's going to be Saskatchewan to open up the second. Here we go. And Toronto punted. So Saskatchewan, do they get their punt return for a touchdown? They do not. And that'll be their last. But they do have a kick return chance still. And they have a Rouge chance. Saskatchewan is going to be 9. 9 is punt. Here's their shot at a Rouge. No. So they have a kick return chance left, and then they'll be wrapped up. Toronto takes control. Defense 5 is going to be picked off. You got to be kidding me. Arbuckle having this bad day. His second interception. This one by Thurman. And does Thurman take this back to the house? He does not. But wow, Saskatchewan up 14-0 on undefeated Toronto, who's been averaging 47 points a game. Saskatchewan goes to work. It's 5. 5's going to be a punt. They cannot Rouge now. Toronto does have a punt return. No, they're done. We check marked it. And they go to work. 9. 9 is punt for them. Oh my God. Does Saskatchewan get their final drive? They do not. Does Toronto get their final drive? They do not. So that's going to wrap. Oh my God. 0-0 defense shuts down both sides. It is 14-0 Saskatchewan after halftime. Saskatchewan will get the ball coming out. They're going to roll that kick return chance for a touchdown, and that will wrap them up for their chances. And they do not. So they've both done all their extraneous roles. And now we can just play football. Saskatchewan goes to work. Toronto fans on their feet. They know their team averaged 47 points a game. They know they could turn it on and score points. Toot sweet. So Saskatchewan here on the road needs to keep scoring. They snap the ball. 8. 8's a red zone drive for Saskatchewan. Will they put it away? 11 is a touchdown run for Oulet. I'm assuming it says Oulet, but it could be Ouellette. TD run. Extra point for Ouellette. I'm going to say Ouellette. I don't know why. I can't seem to make up my mind on that deal. Toronto, I need to listen to the live recap and see what they call him. Holy cow, beautiful. Trevor Harris and company up 21-0 on the big bad Toronto Argonauts. Toronto goes to work. 2 is going to be a fumble lost. Scooped up by Carney, but no touchdown. Saskatchewan is rallying around their defense, who have played a perfect game of football. It's going to be 11. Picked off. Uh-oh. Harris drops back. Looks. Fires downfield, and it's intercepted by McFadden. Can McFadden get him on the board? They need a 4. No, close though. Toronto reeling. They're down 21-0. They need to make something happen right here. 7 is red zone. Here it is. Finally, Arbuckle drives him into the red zone. And 8 is going to be a TD pass. Arbuckle, you knew he wouldn't let him down. TD pass to Coxie. PAT. Look at this, folks. PAT is good. Holy cow. Will Saskatchewan get their third quarter drive? They will. Here they go. Saskatchewan trying to keep up. 6-8. It's going to be a red zone. Uh-oh. Saskatchewan. Trevor Harris and company drops back. Looks. Pitches it out to Ouellette. And he's going to score his second touchdown run in this quarter. The PAT is good. And oh my God, Saskatchewan having a brilliant day on the road against Toronto. Toronto will get its final drive of the third. They need to score. It's going to be 7. It's a red zone trip. Arbuckle drives him down. They're in the red zone. They snap the ball. He backpedals. He flips it off his back foot. And it's going to float into the end zone between the uprights. Touchdown pass to Daniels. The extra point is, ooh, good. That's twice they almost missed their extra point. Saskatchewan scores 14 in the third. Toronto scores, they fumbled, but then Arbuckle throws 2 touchdown passes. We're going into the fourth, folks. It is 28-14. Saskatchewan leads the big bad Toronto Argos. Holy cow. Saskatchewan needs to keep scoring, though. I believe Toronto, can come back. Saskatchewan 5 is a punt. Uh-oh. They're leaving the door open for Toronto at home. The fans on their feet. Comes out of the huddle. Arbuckle calms the crowd. The crowd hushes. He snaps the ball, goes to work. It's a red zone drive. He gets him down the field. 2. Touchdown pass. Arbuckle throws his third in the second half. TD pass to McMahon out of the backfield. And the extra point is good. Oh, my Lord, folks, it's a 7-point game. The fans on their feet as Toronto is now fighting to come back. Saskatchewan goes to work. Oh, into the red zone. The Toronto defense has been miserable. And 8's going to be a TD pass. Holy cow. Trevor Harris gets his third of the day. And this one to Ouellette out of the backfield. Ouellette. And the extra point, and they're not going to die off here. They're not going to allow Toronto an easy comeback. Toronto goes to work in the fourth. It's going to be 8. Red zone. Uh-oh, Arbuckle. Arbuckle get 4. 10 is touchdown pass. Arbuckle. TD pass 2. This is Unger. And the TD is, the extra point is good. Oh my God, Toronto, do they get their final drive? They may. Does time run out on them? It does. So Saskatchewan's finished. Does Toronto get their final drive? They do. Does time run out on them? It does not. Toronto goes to work with a chance. Holy cow. Oh, I don't know if they can get it done, though. It's 35-28. They can. If they score a touchdown, they will tie the game, folks. 5 is 2. Red zone. Oh my God. Saskatchewan's defense on Snake Eyes gives up a red zone. Arbuckle drives him into the red zone. He drops back. 3 is missed. Field goal. They went for a field goal. Holy cow. Haraluahu misses a field goal, and that I guess they thought they could get the onside and come back and win the game outright. Oh my gosh, Saskatchewan scores 7. Arbuckle throws 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. They're going to lose, though, folks, 35-28. Saskatchewan is 3-0. Toronto falls to 2-1. Now that was fun. Holy cow. Toronto had scored 51 and 44, averaging 47 points a game, something like that. And they are shut out in the first half against Saskatchewan. They darn near, though, folks, come back. If that final roll had been a touchdown, it would have been an overtime game. What a game. So I've been wrestling with how do I do the Rouge? You know, all of these extraneous rolls I got to keep doing. And the reality is it's messing up my mojo for how I want the pace of the game to go. So I've just decided every team's going to get one shot at a Rouge for a game, and that's it, and we move on. So I think that's going to be funner, and the scores will still be legit. There it is, folks. That's the first game today, Saskatchewan at Toronto, 35-28. Last night, Montreal won in Edmonton 38-20 in my game. In real life, they won it 38-28. So pretty fascinating. So we'll see how close my little projection set is as we continue on. Arbuckle and Harris have a good day. Let me take a look here at the stats before we call this a day, and I'll be on my way for the day. Arbuckle's picked off. Harris throws a touchdown, and a touchdown makes it 14-0. Arbuckle picked off again in the second. That leads to both teams failing to score any points in the second. But Ouellette scores on a touchdown run. Toronto coughs it up. Harris throws a pick. Arbuckle gets him on the board with a touchdown pass to Coxie. Olay then scores again for Saskatchewan, pounding the rock in from close range. Arbuckle then gets him down the field, throws a touchdown pass to Daniels. We got a ball game, folks, 28-14. Saskatchewan forced to punt. Arbuckle throws another touchdown, makes it 21-28. But then Harris makes it 35-21. Arbuckle then with a pass. Saskatchewan has to give the ball up. Toronto on the final drive, or the final, I should say 4 minutes of the game, they go for a field goal. It's missed. And Saskatchewan ultimately would end the game. Again, there's nothing we can do about those red zone drives ending in a field goal. Again, it's an abstract game based on possession, so you would assume that they think then they can get the onside, score, and win, right? Maybe. Or it doesn't have to be in this order. That field goal could have come before the final touchdown. I mean, abstractly, that's just the points. But anyway, thanks for watching. Good day.